Fellow diamond friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet, and I also go by the name of Kali, and I'm happy that you found your way to today's video, which will be another WIP and SIP chat. So if you're new to my channel and you don't know what WIP and SIP chat stands for, it's actually WIP stands for work in progress. So I'll be working on this picture here. So it's a canvas from Diamond.Kalikaloo, and it's called the Astronomer. I always say it the wrong way. So it's the Astronomer by Miles Pinky from Diamond.Kalikaloo. It's a big canvas. I worked on it for quite a while right now. It's been nearly 2 months and I still haven't finished it. I will explain to you why in a few seconds. But today what I'll be working on, so you might see that last time I was working up here. So I finished that section last week. I started working on this part. Let me zoom out for you. So I started working on this part here. I have not finished it, but I told you guys that I'll be working on this part with you. So I'll just cut it up here today and I will start working on this one. So that's what we'll be working on, so that you have an idea. This is the pen I work with. I have not switched it up. I have multiple pens, but this one is my go-to at the moment just because I like the metal points. So this one is my go-to. It's from Amazon. I will link it down below as well, so you can find everything down there if you're looking for it. So I'll be cutting this one here open and we will start soon. But so WIP, this is my WIP. Then we have the sipping part. So I took some tea. Get something you like, get something to drink, always stay hydrated while you work, and join me in this WIP and SIP chat where I'll be talking and walking, and you can walk alongside me or just listen to me rambling about. So I'll go get some scissors, pointy scissors this time, just to cut this up here, and then we will start working. I'll do some magic and I'll be right back. So this will be a big section. I'm aware that I won't finish this one. It's just not possible. But let's cut it still there. So, all done. And this time I did not mess around with my scissors. So let's get to it. I hope, first of all, I really hope, so this is the part I did. I have not finished it yet, so the drills are not perfectly linked. I'll have to put them back in place. So I hope, first of all, that you are all doing well and that you have spent a nice week since last we saw each other here on my channel. So, okay, I started off like when I start working. Oh, let me zoom in. So when I start, oh, you can't see actually. So when I started working, I always like to work from the bottom to top and starting with a place where I already connected diamonds. So usually I would go from this side to this side, but I changed it, switched it up, and I went from this side. So I think I will start with this section here so you can see the sky. I'll be working on the sky, which is also one of my favorite parts of like this canvas here. So let's start it. Pretty quickly, what were some topics I want to talk to you guys about today? So this week there was not going on really a lot in my life. There's just like this, I'm back to work. It's like the 3rd week now that we are back to work. Soon the semester will end, so we are getting close to the finish line. And there's a lot of hectic going on. And that's also why I did not actually continue with the work on my house. So for those of you guys who watched my stream, well, not my stream, but my video from last time, you have seen the pictures, so you know a little bit what I'm talking about, what I'm working on. And currently, well, this has not gone anywhere since yeah, I'm really busy with work at the moment, and it's kind of taking over like most of my free time as well, because I have to correct class papers, and it's not just preparing stuff but it's also correcting stuff. And so yeah, this takes a lot of time, more than most people actually often realize. So yeah. I try to do my best with that, like not working too much, but like not cutting too short on my private life as well, my free time. So on Wednesday, actually, I wanted to film this video, but in the end, I decided that I would not do it. I just kind of stayed home, and well, you know, Wednesday is my day off, and so I stayed home, and I worked a little alongside my boyfriend, and afterwards we went to Action, where I got some paper or stuff for my scrapbooking, and yeah, that was fun too. But I did not do a lot of work, just to get a little bit of rest, because the other days I worked a lot. And yesterday as well, we kind of just like, I worked on my cross stitch, and at the moment, I'm a lot into that. I can't explain to you where this switch is coming from, but I'm really into that, into cross stitch and all. So I started my project, and I also brought it down with me, because usually what is the difference? So I like working on my diamond painting, and I really enjoy working on this one because it's beautiful. And I have a lot of really beautiful canvases that I really want to finish this year. But it takes a lot of time, and I feel like I have to work on it downstairs, because like I have set up everything here. My working desk is here, and I feel like when I do cross stitch, well, I can take it upstairs, and I just can put myself in my bed, and I can work on my project there. And that's something I can't do with my diamond painting. I don't know, you guys, if you ever worked in bed on a cross stitch or not. Like I don't really have like this saloon type in my house. I have my kitchen, and I have this workplace, but I don't really have like a sofa or stuff. I have one in my bedroom, but that's it. So my TV is also in my bedroom. So I don't really have like this typical saloon. Well, I call it a saloon. It's like a living room where you put like your TV, you put another table and stuff. So I don't have that in my home, because I don't feel like I need that. It's just like, I don't need that. So this is my workplace that's placed right in my kitchen. That's why you also see my dog playing around. But I don't have this living room. And so when I work on this place here. And this is reserved exclusively for my cross stitch, not my cross stitch, but my diamond painting. And when I got it, it was also in this like idea of only getting it for my diamond painting. So I went to IKEA and I got this desk, and I'm super happy with it. But so there's no space for anything. But if I take my diamond painting upstairs, I feel like I can't really work on that. I feel like it's difficult to work in a sitting position where you don't have like a flat table or anything. So let me know in the comments if you have found a way to work on a diamond painting, a big diamond painting, with all of your drills without spilling them, because this is what I feel will happen. Kind of in a sitting position, like on a bed or like on a sofa. Please let me know. I'm really intrigued if you're able to do that, because I would love to. But yeah, and since I'm I get a lot easier tired at the moment because I work a lot. When I get home, I just feel like I want to relax, I want to sit down for a while, and so I just prefer cross stitching, because when I cross stitch, I just sit down, I just open up my iPad, and I take a look at some series I wanted to watch that I'm currently watching, and then I just cross stitch along. That's how that goes, and it makes it for me easier to just relax at the same time. And I said I wanted to show you guys what I'm working on currently. So you know that I ordered some stuff from WIP Cross Stitch. I did a video about that. At least I unboxed a first one from them, and that was the Tinkerbell. So the Tinkerbell from Mandy Manzano. And you can find it in my videos if you are interested in that. So I unboxed her, and I started working on her. I kitted her up, and yeah, so currently I'm watching the series. I will be talking about that in an instant. Maybe you know it, it's a little older one, but at the same time, so I do my cross stitch. It's pretty relaxing, I feel like. And I'm going to show you just my little progress I did, because I just finished like my second one for Christmas. So this is like the Tinkerbell, and this is the part I've done so far. So this is 1/6 I will be here, and so I'm working on that part of her head. And you know, it's Tinkerbell from Mandy Manzano. I have the picture here. So this is mainly what I've done so far, and while I work and while I stitch and while I watch my TV, I think it's like good combination. And it's my first big project I do. Before that I had worked on this dog, the Christmas dog you've seen, and I've also worked on my very first one, which was like this little monkey. So I think I'm doing okay. I'm still a little bit slow, and from time it's like difficult to just get a thread into the needle, but I'm getting better at it, I feel like. Yeah, so that's why I have not worked as much on my diamond painting recently, but I really want to. It's not like that I want to give up on diamond painting. I really enjoy diamond painting still. It's just, it's not the same. I feel like, yeah, it's the comfort zone, like the comfort that I miss a little bit when I diamond paint now that I started cross stitching. But maybe I think that when the time gets better, well, we are currently having winter here at my place, and it's actually pretty cold outside. Even today we had -2, and I know this is not cold for some regions, but we are kind of not used to it anymore. When I was a kid, we got like cold winters, but right now I feel like they are getting like not as bad. Like we have often just like -2, -3, -5, and I still feel like it's cold. And so I'm not that motivated actually, and I just want to hang up outside. It's not that cool to hang outside, I feel like. So yeah, I don't find the motivation, but I feel like whenever summer comes back around and I can go back on my balcony and I can just work from there, I think I'll be getting so much more done. But anyway, so I told you guys I'll be working on this part here, so I'm currently working on it, and you can see just like I'm working on this part because night sky and so on, and it's really my favorite part in this painting. It's like the night sky. You have a lot of confetti, so if you guys don't like confetti, I'm not sure if you're going to like this picture, but I feel it's just gorgeous, and the night sky is so amazing. You will see once the blue is done, you will have to pop in all these ABs that are little stars. You can see the 4 symbols here. Way to outside. Yeah, all these white spots will be the ABs, and they will be looking so good. So what I wanted to tell you about otherwise is the series that I'm currently watching. So today it will be a little bit of a mixture. I don't have much to say. I've been mainly working and yeah, that was mainly what I've done, so nothing special going on, but I got some reading done as well that I want to talk to you guys about, for those of you who like to read. And I also want to tell you a little bit more about my the series I'm currently watching. So I watched it's a series that I really love watching. I started in when I was younger, and really younger, when I was back at school myself, and it has been 10 years, I guess, even. So I watched, like, you may know it, at least people who like to watch Grey's Anatomy may know it. I love to watch Grey's Anatomy, and this is like a spin-off of one of my favorite people from Grey's Anatomy. So it's Addison Montgomery, and if you don't know it, she's like this beautiful redhead, like this beautiful lady who was married to Dr. Shepard, and one of the main actors from the earlier seasons. And so she was married to him, and then they divorced, and yeah, so she got her own spin-off, and it's called Private Practice. So she decides to leave the hospital where she's like this big surgeon and all, and to go to a private practice where her best friend is working. And that's the first season, so she kicks off with it. She starts to change locations. She gets this job, and at the beginning everyone is a little bit hostile because they don't know her, and her best friend Naomi just like got her to do this job, and she did not tell the other practitioners or whatever they are, like doctors and so on. So they were feeling like a little bit not mad, but still they had difficulty accepting her because it's a private practice, so everyone knows each other. It's small business, and it's completely different from Grey's Anatomy because you don't have like as many small cases. You actually follow different cases throughout the episode, but you still have like, you see a lot of characters, and what I like about it is also like they link together Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice at some moments. Like you have Dr. Bailey who comes to their clinic, and you have Addison going over to Seattle again, and so on. So I really like that. You also have her brother that makes like appearances and so on. So I'm really when I went back to school, when I was in school, I never wanted to become like a doctor. If I would have become something, I probably would have become like a practitioner that like cuts open people, a surgeon, but this was not something, I could have done it, but it was not the way I wanted to go. So I decided, I was more into languages, so I decided to go that way, even though my mom would have been happy if I've become a doctor, but I never wanted to do that. So I decided against that, and I don't really regret it. But when I was watching this at high school, I felt like, wow, this is so nice. I really like her. And from all the characters, the early on characters that are in Grey's Anatomy, she was like one of my very favorite characters. And so when she decided to leave Grey's Anatomy, I was a little bit sad about that because she was really fun. And I was happy to see her in this series here. And I have never finished it actually, because when I was watching that series, it was like the time where you still watch DVDs, you know, you bought actually DVDs and you watched them on TV. And now that I finally decided to get like Disney Channel, the Disney Plus, I can finally watch it. So I'm happy about that. And it's like the second series I started on my Disney Plus account. And I'm so happy with it because like I finally got over this time lapse where I finished when I was in high school, and I really still like it. I'm still into it, and I can't stop watching. I really literally can't stop watching, and it's so interesting to just see how these different jobs work, because you know in Grey's Anatomy you have mainly like people who are surgeons of different kinds, but here you have like different problems. You have like different people. You have like Violet, she's like a psychiatrist, something like that, and it's super interesting. And when I remember that when I was younger, I was so intrigued by her job. Like you know, Addison, she's like working with Naomi, and they are more like into women's studies and stuff like that, and getting babies and embryos and creating life, or just helping people create life. And it's so funny to see like these different points of view and the different types of medicine they can do. And I feel this is different from Grey's Anatomy, where you just mainly see like the surgeons practicing, so you get another point of view of medicine in general. So it's really nice. If you have not checked it out, you can check it out. I have not finished it yet, so I think it is, I think there are 6, if I'm not mistaken. I think there are 6 seasons, and I'm at season 3. So I started that, and so I finished it. Like you can see, I was not very far when I was like in high school. I have not gotten far, but I really liked it. And there's also like Charlotte King. She's also one of these like people who is there, and she has her own hospital to run, and she has like this very, very strong character, and I like that a lot. So very interesting person, actors, and especially like characters in that series. So if you have not seen it, maybe you could check it out if you are into like doctor stuff, or just like analyzing relationships or stuff. I think this is really interesting. Also yesterday, since my boyfriend, he is more into like everything, a little bit more horror stuff. We wanted to watch a movie, but in the end we decided against that, and we started watching a series. So we started watching Kingdom. I don't know if you know that. It's on Netflix this time. And it's actually a series about, well, like it says, Kingdom. It's a Korean drama, so K-drama. And it's well known in Korea. So I think many people watched it, and it got like positive criticisms. So it's a kingdom. And you actually have like the king that gets sick, and people think like there are rumors that he's dead. And so of course these people that spread these rumors are called traitors, and they will be removed by the king. Well, not really the king, because we might think that he's actually dead for real, but that he has become like a zombie. And they say he has caught smallpox, that he's still fine and so on. He's just like resting, but in reality he has just changed, and he's like that, like kind of zombie. And when the queen, she's actually prohibiting like his son to visit the king, saying that yeah, he's also like he's a traitor, because she's like she's the wife, and she's bearing like the real like heir, the crown heir, to the throne. And she says yeah, he's just jealous because of that and so on, because he's the son of a concubine. And so he's not allowed to see his father, but he still gets into the palace, and he sees that something is wrong. So he wants to find out what's wrong, and he has to see the last doctor that has seen his father. So he tries to go to that village, and meanwhile in the capital, they said that he's really a traitor, and so they try to kill him, so just to get him out of the way. And in the village where the last doctor that has treated the king has returned, so he returned to his own village. And somehow like it's like kind of macabre, but there's like one infection that's going around, and it causes like the whole village to become like also zombies, like just the king. I'm not going to go into details because it's kind of gross, but yeah, that's the thing. So everyone's a zombie. Yeah, again, kind of not a register of stuff. Nothing to do with medicine so far, like if you like Grey's Anatomy, but we just watched the first episode, and it was kind of fun. Like some shocking scenes, I did not expect that, but in the overall it was fun to watch. So I don't know, maybe we'll continue watching it. I don't know. So I really like K-dramas. Often I'm more in the soft spot, like more romantic stuff. But it was nice to change it up a little bit. So if you're into everything that's like more horror, there's like the series. And if you like K-drama, especially if you like K-drama, there's like, what is it called? Strangers from Hell, is it like that? Anyway, it's a guy who lives in this apartment building. Ooh, he just got kicked out, or he moves to city. I can't really remember. I've seen it a while ago. And so he wants to go back, and he has to find for an apartment for not that expensive. So he gets in that complex, and there are living a lot of people already. So he joins them. He gets a room there, and somehow people disappear around that place. And it's really, really strange. So he does not really understand what's going on. But you see that the people that are living in that building, one is even worse than the other. And if you like Parasite, you're going to love this one as well. Parasite is also a Korean movie. Really nice movie that I watched in the cinemas a while ago, like a few years ago. Really, really nice. So also suspense and a lot of mystery and a little bit disturbing as well. Yeah, so if you're into that. Well, anyway, what I wanted to tell you a little bit more, less about series, a little bit more about books. So I also had the time to read a little bit more. Actually, what I like to do is when I go to work, so in the morning I drive to a big park and ride place. I don't know if you have this in your country, but in my country, so this is a place where you just drop off your car and you can take, like, you have a lot of buses. It's a place where there are a lot of buses that pass by, or a lot of trains. Let me just take a sip because sipping is important, drinking is important. And so I drop my car off there and then I go to work. So let's play some ABs while I'm talking. So I'm going to work on the 4. So this is the white AB. When I go to work, there's like, I drop off my car and then I take, usually I take the bus. Sometimes I change it up a little bit, but I usually take the same bus. And what I like to do in the bus is just to read my audiobooks. So I downloaded, I have like this Kindle app on my phone and also on my iPad. Sorry, and I make it read to me. So if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you can put out a reading help on your phone. So this is, you find it in the systems, and you can make this, it's a bottom that appears on your screen. It becomes transparent, so it does not bother you. But if you want to use it, it can read the page out for you. And what is nice is that it also can read for you everything that is like PDFs. So I use it as a PDF reader. So it can also read Kindle books. So whenever it's the 1st of January or the 1st of February, the 1st of a new month, you may know that Amazon is kind of doing some deals, and I like especially the English Kindle deals. So you get a lot of nice books, often also recent ones, for not really expensive. So this is my tea machine, don't worry. And so I buy a lot of these books. I like especially science fiction, fantasy stuff, or some memoirs or whatever. And then I put them on my Kindle reader. So I just download the book. And you can still read it as a normal book if you want to, but I can't concentrate a lot on it. Like, especially if I'm diamond painting, I can't read. So I just open it up and I open the voice help I have on my phone on my iPad, and I let that read for me. So that's how I finish a lot of books while I diamond paint. And this is also handy while I'm in the bus. So I let actually my phone read for me my book. So what I'm currently reading is, and I also brought it, well, I did not brought it down because it's on my Kindle, but what I'm reading at the moment is, it's a series that, the first one was called Strange Library, and it's about a library. So if you want, it's not a real library, it's more like science fiction again, fantasy. So you have this girl, Irene, she's a librarian, so she's working for the library, and you have to imagine that there is like kind of what you would call a multiverse. So there's like different worlds that look kind of the same, that can be different. Like you have some places that have a lot more technology in it than other places. You have cities that have disappeared. You have cities that are not existing in one world. You have people that are existing in one world but not another, and so on. So this is called The Strange Library, the first one. So we follow Irene into a world with her apprentice Kai. So Kai will be another person. If you have not read it, I don't want to spoil it to you, but he's like not really human as well. So Irene as a librarian, we don't really know much about her origin. I think she doesn't know much about it either. She just knows that both her parents were librarians before her, which is pretty rare actually. So she's doing her job. So their job is to actually extract books out of like these different worlds, and to ensure like some equilibrium, because you have to know that in the worlds you have 3 stages. So either you have a world that's chaos infested, so there are a lot of fates, everything that's fairy, that is like charming and so on, this is chaotic. And you have like the more ardent world, and that's where the dragons actually living, residing, or maintaining order. So you have that, and then you have like the more neutral stages where you have a balance between order and chaos. And so she is going to a city that's a little bit more of chaos infested than it's orderly, and she has to do her job there, get a book and so on. And she has like she meets some person, so a man who is actually also a librarian, ex-librarian, who has gone rogue, and he's trying to get the book from Irene because he thinks that there are information that she should not have. But she reads the book, and so he becomes his like kind of nemesis, so the person that actually becomes the villain for her. So he tries to destroy her, get the book, and so on. So I'm not going to spoil you a little bit more, but so this was the first one of the series. The second one takes place in Venice. So this is a fictional Venice. So it's not real Venice. It's a more chaotic Venice. So you can remember it's a lot about fairies. And I really like the place and the setting and the whole theme about it. I'm a lot into everything that is fantasy and that is linked to cities. So the first one takes place in London, but more of an older London, like I would not say medieval, but like older London it takes place. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I really think you would like it. It's pretty well known over here. I don't know if it's in your country as well, but everything that has this genre of urban fantasy, that's something I really like. It's like Ben Aranovic's, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. You also have like the series of the detective who is in London and who has to track down phantoms and stuff. And I really like that kind of series and stories. So this one is, I bought it because it has the same feeling, the same vibe, but it's different. So this is what I'm currently reading. So the second one takes place in Venice, and the third one brings us back to London. Well, at least I'm still at London. I don't know if they will change it up, but that's where I'm currently at. Very interesting. I like it a lot. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you can give it a try. So you will see that at the moment I'm really more into fantasy. I don't have anything to tell you that's not fantasy-like. There are still 2 more books that I wanted to show you guys, just because I feel like it. I feel like. So let me see. I'm going to finish this here just quickly. So yeah, the second book I wanted to show you is this one. So when my boyfriend, he went to help his mother do some stuff. So in the meantime, I went to a place and I went to the library. I bought this book, and later on I sat down in the Starbucks and I just sipped my hot chai, and I was waiting for him. And so I grabbed this one, and Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. If you know a little bit about fantasy, you know also Sarah J. Maas, and she just liked this one. So I read it behind and I got intrigued by it, and so I decided to buy it and read it. So this one is in French. You can get it in English, of course. So it's actually about, I have not come that far, you see, I'm still a little bit at the beginning. So we have like a witch, and there's a lot that's not clear yet, for me at least. So we have like this witch, and she's like in this city, and she wants to get, like, we start off in some kind of brothel, and she wants to just like get information about a ring she's searching. So it's a ring that should give her power, special power, and she's a witch. So you have to know that this is a witch, and witches are not like accepted in that place, even though as far as I've read, they were like the original people that were living there, but they have no right to live on Earth anymore. So especially witches are females, so they are suspecting females, and there are like some guards in the city that try to arrest them, and then they will burn them. So this is it, and oops, what have I done? So this is that, and so we have like our main character, who's called Lou, who tries to get this ring, and so she tries to get information from the brothel to know where the ring is hidden, and she gets it, and she tries to steal that one. So I missed some of the earlier ones. Okay, not bad. So that's that, and it's really interesting to just see. I really like everything about witches and stuff, and it's also a little bit darker than I thought it would be. I don't mind, but it's a good start. I really am intrigued by it. I have not come that far. What it was intriguing to me is that I read that, so to use her magic, I feel like you have two types of magic. There's like the blood magic. So we see two witches. The one that uses blood magic, so she needs a drop of blood to do stuff. And the other one, so Lou herself, she takes the energy from the nature and everything around her. But again, we have this question of equilibrium. So if you take something, you have to give something. For instance, she has to open up a log, and to open it with her magic, she has to give something. So as far as I understood, and I read it, and it's really the beginning of the book, so I'm not really sure if I understood it correctly, but she sees some kind of bond, a golden bond, whenever she does something like that, some magic. And it asked her, for instance, if she wanted to just delete, I don't know, some memory or stuff. It was not really that clear. Or if she just like, she can also do it by hurting her, like by destroying some bone, for instance. So what she did, she just broke her finger, which helped. And apparently by breaking her finger, she could open the lock. So I don't know if you've seen like witches, like what is it called? There was like this Roald Dahl film that came out. Isn't it called Witchers? I don't know. I've seen it, and often witches are actually represented with like broken fingers or fingers that are sticking in a weird way. So not just pointy nails, but really weird fingers that are like pointing in weird directions. And so I've wondered if that was not inspired by that, maybe. So I don't know, but this was kind of intriguing when I first read it, and I reread the scene because I'm like, really? Did she just break her finger? Yeah, she did, to open a lock, and she does it again later on. So I think this is just how it works, which was intriguing, and I think it's kind of interesting. I don't know where this book will go. Apparently there's like this guy who just noticed the girl as well, and he, of course, he's from the guard, so he'll be chasing her because he's noticed her. And yeah, we will see. I think it will be romantic as well, because you know, it's a young adult book, fantasy one. So I'll keep you updated if this is something that you're interested in. Maybe you've read it as well, so let me know in the comments down below what you think about the book. I know it has been a while since it was released, but I never got to buy it, so I just saw it and I got the opportunity, and I needed something to read just to wait, so I grabbed that one. And the last part for today, there's another thing that I wanted to show you. I know that some guys are really into the Wednesday hype. I don't know, I started the series and I watched like two episodes of it, and then I kind of had enough of it. I'm sorry. I don't know why. It's just like I felt like there was something, I don't know. It just did not stick with me. But there was another series. Well, it was not a series, but it was a movie that actually looked pretty nice over on Netflix. And I read the synopsis because usually I don't do that. Usually I just watch it. But when I saw the cover, I was thinking like, oh, this looks like a book that I've seen in the library. And so I was like, Okay, usually what I tend to do is I prefer reading the book before I actually watch the movie, just so that I can get the images in my head and then I watch the movie. Otherwise, if I do it the other way around, the images will just stick to me and I won't be able to just get my own images of like the movie in my head. I feel like it happened to me with the Harry Potter saga. So I never watched, actually I've never read Harry Potter. When I was a kid, well, I've read it now, but I mean, when they first came out as movies, I've never read any of it. I read them later on. So my very first impression I got from Harry Potter were actually the movies, and they were amazing. So back then I was really into it and I enjoyed the movies, but I never got around for Harry Potter. For me it was like, okay, they are hyping it up, but eventually it will go away. It's just a hype. So it was a mistake I did. I really love it. It's one of my favorite saga and I've reread them so often by now. But I feel like if I always, when I read it, I have like the characters from actually the movie in my head. So I have Hermione played by Emma Watson and stuff as a child. I have all these images in my head and I just can't take them away. So to avoid that and just get my own images and then let me surprise either positively or get surprised negatively by the movie, I just prefer reading it and then watching it. So I decided, because it was intriguing to me, I decided to get the book first and then watch the movie. So what I'm talking about is this here. Again, it's in French, so you get it probably also in English. So it's A School of Good and Evil, and it's by Soman Chainani. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. And just by the way, this is like the bookmarker that I bought from the Creative Fair. You can see it here. It's my Alice one. So you have Alice, you have Cheshire Cat. If it wants to focus, please focus. And this is like the old bookmark. I really like that, so I had to get that. So this is the book that I saw, and yeah, I wanted to read it before I actually started watching the movie. And I started it and I moved on and I broke off and then I read again a little bit. So I've like, it has been a few, yeah, not as much, but I think I got it in December, a little bit earlier, early December, maybe end of November when I started it. I actually have the real date on my Goodreads, but I don't want to check it now. So I bought it a while ago and I just can't get into it. It's something, it's like a little bit childish and there are some remarks that I really don't like about it. I still want to finish it so that I can watch the movie. So the movie was made by Netflix, so I know it will stay there a while. I don't worry about that, so I have all the time to finish that off. But yeah, I was a little bit sad about it, just because I thought that I could, but it's not that interesting in the end. So I will finish off today's video. I've been talking about 40 minutes, just rambling about some books, and I don't even know if you like books, but this is one I will finish with. So it's an AB, it's number 1. So we have it in the hat, and we have it in the glove. So it's making actually the, oops, I've missed one again. We have the outline of it. So let's finish off for today. I really like putting down the ABs. So when whoops, why you want it stick? So when my boyfriend was working on he's currently working in Rock of Souls from Diamond Art Club. And he was like, he's working on I think it's the right side of the canvas. And there are very few ABs, and he's like, oh no, there are no ABs in it, why aren't there? And he's always watching out for the ABs because he likes placing them. And while he was working on and he just placed like 3 ABs on the whole length of it, and I was like placing so many with this canvas with the stars and all. He was like, oh, I'm so jealous and stuff. Well, he did not say he was jealous, but he he was like, oh, I want to place ABs and so on. There are no ABs in my section here. And I was like, they will be coming. I did the unboxing of your canvas. I did it, so I know where they will be coming. Don't worry about it. But yeah, he's kind of waiting at the moment for his ABs to appear. Meanwhile, I'm just placing them here, which is fun as well. You see the two here? This is the yellow AB. I'm not going to place that on the camera today, but once I finish it, I'll just add maybe picture if I finish it before it goes up. I don't know. I don't think this... I actually want to put it up on Sunday, my video, because I feel like so you guys have something to watch on Sunday. If you're home and you're diamond painting and you want to listen to me rambling about, you can do that. So I think I will post my WIP and Sip and Chats on Sundays if it's possible. Like I told you guys, I don't have like a real schedule for my videos to go up. I usually do them so that they have like, I try to do 2 videos a week if I can. If I have material, I actually have a lot of material. What I also want to do, and I did not forget about it, I really want to do this what do you call it, my stock video, my stash video. Stash, that's what I was looking for. I really want to do my stash video. It's just that whenever I take a look at it, and I think about it often to do it, I take a look at the place and I see how well I organized everything, and I know that I can't do the video in that space because it's like there's not enough light. And like I told you guys, at the moment we are in winter, so light is not really present there. And so I would have to take all my pictures downstairs, and it's not like I only have like 10 diamond paintings. I have actually a lot of diamond paintings, and maybe I should do it just to realize how many I have. And I'm not sure if that's a good idea because I know I have too many for the short time I am doing diamond painting, but maybe I should. I really definitely should. So I will try to do that one as well. So I have not forgotten about it. I will do this video. I will do my stash video. It's just that, like I said, there's not good light at the moment. And the fact that I have to take them all down and do the video is it feels exhausting actually. I try to see if I can ask my boyfriend if he can help me with it. So if he helps me put them down in that room where I want to do the video, that's actually now like there's nothing in it, so I could do the video more easily if I can ask him, and I will do it. But it's not forgotten, guys. It's not forgotten, and it will come. So just to finish it up, I'll still do the 2. There are not that many second ones. So this is the last AB, the yellow one. Very beautiful. It's more of a darker yellow. I really like that color. So I'm going to put them down for you guys so you can see it, and we will finish off with this color, this beautiful AB. I really like placing down ABs. So fun. So this is it. Nearly done. Oops, I dropped it. So this is it. Did I miss any? I don't think I missed any. Oh, so I missed some. I nearly missed them. Completely missed them. So this is it. This is what I've got done. So not that much, but you see the sky is really, really beautiful. We have placed some ABs. I will finish this section before I finish this one, of course, or maybe not. We will see. And yeah, that's it. Let me zoom out for you guys so you see what we've done. You can see the ABs here shining all around. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you liked it, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I will try to make another WIP and Sip and Chat for next Sunday with, I hope, more information, more stuff going on. Let's talk about books and series. I know this can be long, but there was not a lot going on, and like I don't feel like I need to talk a lot about work either. So I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless, and I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay hydrated. I hope you got some things done by your own, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye.